Hello. Well, I've been wanting to make one of these extra large bum bags that are really fashionable at the moment. And I didn't know they were fashionable until this lady who's in her 90s said, "Have you not made one yet?" And so she actually gave me a pattern for it. And then I was seeing them. I realised that, yeah, they are absolutely everywhere. So I got all excited about making one myself because you always do, don't you? So I thought, well, what am I going to make it out of? And I went into my little cupboard with all my little bits and pieces in. And I like this little rectangle piece that I got from the second-hand shop, but I really just wasn't sure that there was going to be enough of it. But not one to be deterred by such trivial matters, I just steamed on ahead anyway. Thank you, Angel, for the pattern. There are patterns all over the internet free as well for this bum bag, and tutorials too. So I cut out all the little bits and pieces, drew around them with chalk, and then numbered them all to make sure that I don't get too confused, because I'm quite easily confused. And this was all I had left at the end, so this piece number 1 I had to sew 2 pieces together. Then I decided that it was all a bit too plain and that I'd really like to do a little bit of bringing out these colours in the flower. So I got some of these big embroidery threads out, and they're not in exactly the matching colours, but they're quite close to the colours that we have on this material. So I did a huge big fishbone stitch. I'm not really sure that this is the done thing, but I did it anyway. And then I'm going in with a really nice bright greeny yellow colour to just brighten the whole thing up a bit. And then at this point I changed my mind and I didn't want red everywhere anymore. And so I got out the rest of the jeans that I had left from this project, where I'd used the bum on the end of the side of the bag, and on this project where I'd used the waist belt to make some pouches. So I cut open the jeans of the leg, given an iron, weighed it down with these tomato puree boxes, drew around it with just a felt tip that comes out with water. And then, listen to this, listen. Don't you really love that sound? So just since they're straight lines, I just cut out the other pieces with this rotary cutter. So on Friday I swung by the material shop to get some hardware. They didn't have any of these plastic clips left, so that put a stop to that idea. But the woman was really quite helpful and she sorted me out. Everything that I had in my hand was wrong and she would scream, me no. So no plastic clips, but she did show me that you could just do as well with this buckle. So there was 2 in a pack, so that means I can make more than one bag. And I got the bag handles. That was, the pattern said 4 centimetres, and she said me no. And so she said this one was perfectly fine, and she showed me one that she'd made and how she fastened it. So I asked if I could take a picture, and this is her hardware saving way to do the bag. So it has the buckle and the clasp. So instead of putting a hook on each side, you're saving on some hardware. Good idea. I like it better than the plastic clasp anyway. So I don't know what these are called, but I got a pack with a few of them and the clasp. And then she let me go, rolling her eyes. Me no. Right, I'm a bit stuck. What do you think you do with this? Didn't have enough red for the 2 sides, so I did it in denim. And then I have to go on long ways round. Now we're sharing the table with these pet shops, eating my bits of stuffing or something. So this is it. I've got the hook on one side, just like she had. And then on the other side, So it sews straight into the side, and then you have the buckle, and you've got the clasp buckle, thank you, and then the clasp. Lovely. And this is it finished. So as you can see in the inside, I put this lining that I actually just sewed on directly together. There's no inside out business. Just sewed this straight in, and it would probably be nicer with some sort of overlocker thing, but I don't mind like that. Oh, I like it. And it's really, really practical. And so before I sign off, I'm just going to show you what else I made with this same pattern. Because I don't know if I'm the only one, but I get a little bit obsessed when I start something and I want to make more out of every colour. So I got some bits of material out, and I like these things together, and I wanted to make my daughter one, but she wasn't having any of it, and she said, oh well, if you make me one I would have it if it was black. Well, there's absolutely no fun in making a black bum bag. So I talked her into this material, which is relatively dark, but she said that she had to have that with black. And then I found this bit of material that I thought went quite well with it, but she will not like it. But wouldn't it went nice? Or even this, with this. And I said, oh, do you not really like ones that go, would be so unexpected? And she just laughed and said, what, materials that are unexpected? You mean materials that don't go together? So black it was then. So I just cut the pieces out in this wool type of material. I've got the wool, I've got an interfacing, and then the black for the inside. And I'm just doing a zigzag all the way around. Finished! And it's a lot quicker when it's a second one. And now it's just bum bag obsession, isn't it? I'm churning them out. Last one. So I've got this material that I couldn't get out of my head. And I've got this curtain material that is so lovely at the back. And I've zigzagged all around this one. And then I saw these hanging up right in front of my face when I was stitching. And I thought, oh, this little bit of leather that I got, also second-hand shop, would look really nice on the corners. So that's what I did. And there we go. The factory's shutting down now. Last one. And I really like the colour combos here. Thank you so much for watching. So like it if you've liked it, and subscribe if you want it. Ma'am, do you want one? I could make you one out of African wax.